140 in-person and virtual delegates. The attendance yesterday was 240. We didn't have any to register this morning, so that total remains at 240. And I would just like to ask the committee in the back, if you would stand, please. Elizabeth, Mirica, Maria, and Dixie. We were happy to serve you this year. Thank you.
Yeah, let's have another big hand for that registration team because they were out there all day. And we were running late. That's why by that time they had gone home because they'd been here so early in the morning until late, 4 o'clock. So we appreciate them. It's really tedious. We had a lot of people to get through the system, and so they were there for us. Okay, we're going to go next to Nell Burwell with the membership report. There's a light right here.
Thank you. I'm going to say the word.
And there's a flashlight right here if you need it. You have to press it at the end.
All right.
So you
Thank
want to where you can reach your phone.
I can see it right now. Thank you. Wait for him to put the slide up. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want you all to get aboard the mission train. Get aboard. Membership mission train. Get aboard. All right. All right. Instead of, we are still in love, but instead of love, we got a mission train. Okay. We are members from all over the state. Are you ready to get aboard? From the north, from the east, from the west, and the south. We're going to be stopping all of those places. What do you need? You don't need a ticket. All you need is to sign up potential members, certified and non-certified. And they only need to complete an application. This ride is called the Mission Train. To become a member of the nearest local unit. Toot toot. Let's get aboard. Let's ride this train. Our mission statement for our NCRSP membership is to, as we have here, I won't be doing a lot of reading because it's up there, I'll just be summarizing, that we're here to serve, to recruit, retain, and rejuvenate our members. What do we want to achieve? And those are the main things. Growth. Membership growth with our new members, as I stated, is, oh, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be turning my. Thank you. Right, I'm up here talking and didn't have this in hand. Thank you, President. Okay, our mission growth new members, as I stated, we're looking at recruitment, retention, and rejuvenation. Most of you, I hope all of you heard about our grant, membership growth grant. We started that on August the 26th with letters going out, emails to presidents, regional directors, and so that you will be aware of this $15,000 grant. We continue to send out emails on August the 28th. Our deadline for our applications was September the 15th. They started coming in. We had a committee. The committee that was for the membership grant, if you are in here, just raise your hand or stand so that you can be recognized. Thank you. And they did a very good job. We had the criteria. And thank you very much. And we had scriptures that we went back in order to look at who will receive those grants. One of the stipulations was that you had to have less than $5,000 in your operating budget, because we was trying to look at the regions or whatever locals that, were a little under that needed some assistance to grow their membership. We continue with the membership grant, and when we concluded, we mailed all checks out to the ones who had received the grants, and that was on September the 25th. And at that particular time, when we ended, as I stated, we gave out, first of all, we had 35 applications, and then we submitted, there were 30 that were approved. So that money was issued. So we call it a phase one, and we thought that's all we were gonna have was a phase one, but we ended up having a 2 and a 3 because we still had $500 left. So then we looked at, again, we requested that local units or regions could resubmit again applications. So out of those, we still had one more left. We still had $500 left. So after that, we thought about the committee. How could we do this to be fair? So what we did, Tara looked at whoever sent in their application first. She looked at the time, the date, and all of that to make sure that it was being verified that whoever that local unit was to receive that grant. So we did that, and then we were zero balance. All right. So we concluded our work with the membership growth grant on the November the 6th. And at this time, as I stated, we had first of all, so after we finished that, we had used all of the funds. So thank you for all of you that submitted, and you had to give your goals and purposes, and you will need to have, the evaluations will be done by June the 15th. So you need to have your documentation sent in to the state office, and also along with it there is an evaluation sheet that you will need to complete also. So congratulations to all of you that received the membership grant. Last night, we issued new members incentives. And I'm not going to, you can see them on the screen. We looked at the smaller units, and you can see that we had three-way ties, a second place, and then we had third. I will read them out because the people on the would know that. First place tie was Bungwood County, New Hanover, and Wayne. Second place, Halifax, Northampton. Third place, we had a tie again with Burt and Davidson. So continue with your membership incentive. Also, when we looked at the February report from NEA, all local units in the state of North Carolina has increased by at least one new member. So that is good. And we really started achieving this probably about November and December, because when we started back meeting with the regional chairs, membership chairs, we had to, first of all, we were trying to align and figure out who were our local unit membership chairs. So we had to get contact information with them. For our larger units, we had a first place tie again. I think I just went over that then. Okay. All right. The next phase was we're trying to focus on reactivating our local units. At this time, we have about 6 or 7, I think, that have not reactivated, and we have some that have. So we do have a policy now from the policy committee that applies to how they need to go about operating and financing and getting back on target with activating. And so we're looking at that. Also, we'll talk about, as you heard yesterday, the incorporated dues. So that is another incentive that we have also to increase our membership. We're still welcoming you on board. Plan and conduct workshops. These are some things that we would like to continue to do. Have workshops by Zoom so that this will be able to get the information out to all over the state. So that is one of our goals, that we would like to do some training. Also visit more of the smaller units or any unit that would like for us to come, myself or my committee, if you would like for us to come to conduct workshops or your membership drive, and we're getting near the end of the year. So we know that we are having people to, some people to be retiring. The best way we know is to achieve new members is in person.
You have to build a relationship. But if you contact, you may be at the barber shop, beauty salon, shopping, whatever, and I have my information with me all the time, and you'll be ready to talk to them. So that personal contact is very important. These are some ways that I have on the screen that we talked about for our committee. Publicize. You have to publicize this organization. Just like we talked about the logo, our brand signifies us. So please, please publicize, let people know about this organization. Contact potential members, as I stated, personal contact. Build relationships with your school systems, local government, businesses, and agencies. That way you are getting in contact with them and getting to know members. Strategize and plan. You have to plan some recruitment ideas. When you have a business meeting, I know some of you are probably just starting back with in-person meetings. And some of you may be still on Zoom or in conference call because of the COVID. So that's really why our membership had dropped as it did. But anyway, when you have a meeting, please try to have some fun activities for your members and some things for them to do besides just listen to business part. We know that's important. So we all love to eat. We like to go out. We like to go to different places, have trips. So do some things to keep your members rejuvenated. Target employee retirees from other states, like our president has stated, President Linda Gunter. She said that we need to look at them because we have a lot of them that are moving to our state. Lobbying and advocating activities. And we know that we're doing a lot of that. So that helps with achieving our members also. Our mission statement is we stated in our strategic plan. How will we achieve the vision? How do we go about achieving our vision? As we stated, we have membership. The state has a representative from every region. We should have at least one or two co-chairs on the membership committee. And we meet once a month on the last Tuesday, and we'll just start again. It takes time. What we're trying to do now is to update all of our local membership chairs. The region chairs are trying to get in contact with them so that we can have that cohesionness that we need, teamwork. If the regions are not telling the locals, then we're missing it. Something that's going to be left. So we got to get together, and that is what we are trying to focus on right now, along with everything else that we are doing. So as you see there, we're focusing. So as I stated, we're updating. We're providing monthly reports. We're contacting UniServe directors. That's another thing. We're looking at our local membership chairs, and I stated we got to look at them because they are our contacts, the local unit membership chairs. On the monthly report, you will see an example. On each of our meetings now, we will be having a good time because they're giving all sorts of strategies, ways that they are recruiting new members, how they're retaining members, how they're rejuvenating, and they're going on. And our president was on our last meeting, and she said, oh my God, I didn't know that these locals were doing all of these things. So now they are telling us what they are doing in order to grow our organization. So this is an example one here where they give their strategies that they are doing to build relationships. And this is from Liz, who is a membership chair from Region 5. They also give what are they doing in the locals with recruitment activities and strategies. They tell how they are rejuvenating their members, and we all collaborate with that. And we're sharing that because 7A may have something that, an idea that 7-1B will say, well, we might can do that with our group. So that is what you are seeing here. I'm not reading these, but these are just some monthly reports that they are doing to share what they are doing to recruit, retain members. And they're also working with the Each One, Reach One campaign too. And you can see who they are from. At this time, I would like for all of the NCRSP membership chairs from the region, I'm not going to call your name because they can see it on the screen. Will you please stand at this time so that you can be recognized? All region membership chairs. They are doing a hard job and they are doing an excellent job. and they are recruiting new members. They are on board the mission train. Thank you. I also like to recognize Sid Baker, who works with us as a membership organizer. And also I'd like to recognize, I couldn't do it without Tara Williams and Carol McLam, because I contact William, contact all the time. They're helping me out with all of these reports so that we'll know what we are doing as far as gaining members. Thank you. And most of you, as we've talked about our updated website, if you look up there, you will see all of the resources that we have compiled that you can use for your membership drive, or if you're having a campaign or whatever you're doing. And you can go to that, and some of these resources are up there. So if you go, you will see them, and I will not read them, but there are resources to recruit members, retain members, and to rejuvenate members. Last night I gave out we did the drawings for the Each One Reach One campaign. And so if you want to, when someone joins now, not to say they are, and on the application, they can put your name as a referral. And they do this because I received $20. I have a check now at home. I need the cash for referring to. So they send those $10 out to you. And you also will be in the drawing as we had last night. Target, we had a 75 and we had two $50 one. And you can see here what some of the regions are doing. Amy, I got names up there, but this is just to let you know that this committee is working for you to increase our membership. These are some examples how they tell what is going on. And they have the region beside, so you can see that. And if you want a copy of my PowerPoint, just let me know, and you can see these in your leisure time with more time. I'm getting ready to leave. My train is leaving. Are you on board with me? How many are you on board? We're gonna get some new members. All right. Okay, as it stated, we're going to talk about our benefits. Do you want to be aboard? Thank you. And I appreciate all of you for your time and your energy and your effort. Have a great day.
Awesome, Mel.
Thank you,
That's
dear.
the best PowerPoint I can do.
Thank you. Thank you, Sue.
Wow, and she likes to ride the train too, so that was just like perfect, just absolutely perfect. So thank you, Neil. That got everybody into it. We've got the memorial, and Laura Keith. Does he have your information? Okay, and then following that, we'll have Rosemarie. I've asked them to contact her to make sure that she's on queue online, and then we'll have Lena will come up, and then Geraldine McNeil.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Laura Keith, your state memorial chair, and before we get started with the memorial, I do want to thank the local and district memorial chairs for sending in their information. And also I want to thank Carol McLam and Tara Williams for helping me compile the list. If you do not see a name of a member that has died in your unit, it may be because the form was not sent in to the state. So be sure that your local person, memorial chair, gets that sent in to the state. This year we have 173 members that have been reported that have gone on to the Omega unit. Let this be a loving reminder that someone is missing today. Someone our hearts still hold on to as we travel along life's way. Someone who made this so special for all those who gather here. Someone who won't be forgotten, but cherished from year to year. And now as we pause to remember, let us all fondly recall how dearly each of us loved her or him, and oh, how much she or he loved us. Region 1A. Region 1B. Region 2. Region 3. Region 4. Region 5. Region 6A. Region 6B. Region 7A. Region 7B. Let's bow our heads to the silence of the families of the deceased members. Amen.
It's really sad when you think that 473 people. Oh, I had just asked you, I thought 400, that's horrible. Okay. That's much better. We can make that up. People at home, I hate to interrupt, but there are people at home that are having problems. So I think Tara can hear me when I speak. They said they didn't have links to get in today unless it was buried in the convention book. And so they're having problems getting in. And it's Macon County. So they probably can contact the people there and try to help them out because we don't want one county to be left out. If there's somebody else, if you email to info@ncrsp.org, that goes to our staff directly in the other room and they can respond accordingly. Okay, if we get the next three people up here, Lena Morel Chapman, Geraldine McNeil, and I'm going to ask if Rosemary Lowry Townsend is on. Okay,
Yes,
she is online, so we'll go with her first. But they tell me this is for anybody at home, that it's the same link as yesterday. So if you can't get in, don't be looking for another link. It's the same link as yesterday. So I hope that helps to relieve your frustration. So we'll go with Rosemary first. She's in the bottom left. If you can, there we go. So we'll start with Dr. Rosemary Lowry Townsend giving a memorial for her friend, past President Francis Cummings.
good morning. Frances Gretchen MacArthur Cummins, our colleague, our friend. Frances graced this earth on February the 2nd, 1941. The youngest of 14 children, she often shared that she was tenderly nurtured by each of her 13 older siblings. She was a farmer's daughter who worked in tobacco and cotton fields. At the age of 16, Frances graduated from Hilly Branch High School as salutatorian. She earned an academic scholarship to attend Livingston College, where she graduated with honors and pledged Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, AKA. She obtained a Bachelor of Science and a Master's certification in supervision. She had a passion for her hobbies, which included fishing, homemaking, and cooking. Known as a change agent, Frances became extremely involved and active in professional organizations with exemplified leadership at the local, state, and national levels. Frances Cummings is the only member to ever serve as president of both NCAE and NCRSP. Frances was a former teacher, public school administrator, NCAE executive director, and NCAE president, and the president of the North Carolina Retired School Personnel. As a teacher, she worked diligently to integrate public schools in Robeson County, North Carolina. She was also no stranger to Christian education as an avid church participant and leader in both Baptist and Methodist churches. As a published author, Frances authored the book entitled The Life of a Determined Soul. Frances also founded the Sisters with Pearls Serving Society Foundation that gives an annual scholarship to students with an intended major of education or an educational related pursuit. She pivoted from education to pursuing a career in politics. Frances was the first Robeson County NCAE member to serve as NCAE president, 1983 to 1984. And the only woman to serve Robeson County in the North Carolina legislature from 1993 to 1997. She was among a small collection of instructional leaders honored as a pioneering Black educator by Governor Roy Cooper for making groundbreaking contributions to our state. Frances departed her journey here on earth on October the 6th, 2023. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you for hanging in there and being online for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You next.
When great souls die, after a period, peace blooms slowly and always irregularly spaced, filled with a kind of soothing electric vibration. Our senses restored, never to be the same, whispered to us, they existed, they existed. We can be and be better because they existed. I come before you today in memory of Gladys Fowler Grave. Some of you know Gladys for the work that she has done. Some of you know that she was our past president of NCAE. Some of you know Gladys as her work she's done with the Teaching Fellows Academy and Public School Forum. Some of you know her as a member of the Zeta Phi Beta sorority. And some of you know her as a graduate of Shaw University. And then some of us knew her as our mentor. I am standing before you today because Gladys Fowler Graves told me that I needed to join this organization. As a new teacher walking into a school, and I was one of the only African-American teachers, and nobody I knew. A year later, this young lady who moved to our school to teach 4th grade, and then academically gifted. And then she came to my room and she said, I got something for you to do. And so I said, what? So she said, it's gonna cost you some money, but don't worry about it right now. You just sign this paper. I signed the paper having no clue about NCAE. So I signed the paper, and the next thing I know, she said, there's a meeting. Don't forget to show up. So I was totally lost and having no clue. So I end up at I call it following Gladys. I went to my first local NCAE meeting because Gladys directed me to. I went to my first GCAE meeting in Guilford County. And then from there, I went to the region. Then I went to the state. Then I followed her to the national. And even when she was getting ready to go across the waters, and we had to help her get ready and pack to go. But she is the one who taught me about parliamentary procedure. She said, you take this class, and NCAE was offering the class. I'm like, why in the world do I need parliamentary procedure? I don't plan to lead. And she said, you take it anyway. She said, if you're not in the front, you need to be in the audience. You need to know what they're talking about. And I followed her, but I wasn't the only one. I can look around and see others in this room who was followed by Gladys. So she meant more to me than the organization. She was a sister friend. We still shared our summers when I would go to her house in Blanche, North Carolina, to look at all the things that she had prepared for her from the summer garden. But there were a lot of things, and I look around this room, but many of you are in this room because of Gladys, because you knew her. And if you didn't know her, some of the things that we're doing is because of her. So as I stand before you today in memory, I can smile about the things that we did, the fun things, the learning the new dance steps, all types of things that we've done. But at the same time, I will always stand on her shoulders, just like many of you. So as I leave you today, I want you to walk away to know the power of NCRSP and NCAE, where you have leaders who's taken us on a different level. And so Gladys Graves, I call her 100% NCRSP. She was from Region 4, and we are proud and will always be proud to see her name, and we will never forget our Gladys. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
I want to talk to you today a little bit about my friend, Terry Mitchell. I didn't prepare any notes, but I want you to know who Terry was. Give me just a minute. Terry was a kind-hearted person. He was somber, and most of you wouldn't know who he was. Terry would give anybody anything. You didn't know it because he didn't advertise it. We were just totally opposite people, but we became friends. Terry was somber, and if you knew him, you know that he was the person in the room that would always kind of move to the back. I was loud and boisterous. We were totally opposite people. But somehow we became friends over the years. He had 3 things that he was crazy about: his family, his wife, Karen, and his daughter. And then he got grandchildren. And you would have thought the world revolved around those grandchildren. He was a loving person. He loved NCAE and he loved NCRSP. But some things are cut short and our lives are cut short. But I want you to know that he wanted everything for you. He was never about it for himself. He always thought of you. But he always would tell me people wouldn't realize that we were friends because we never really tried to stay in each other's company. Because in this state, and sometimes in this organization, blacks and whites don't get along. We've got to do better. As we end our lives, think about what did you do to make things better? Because that was all Terry ever wanted, was for our lives to be better. So I leave you with just one mission as we go on this love train that our membership chair was talking about. Reach your hand out to somebody else and be a better friend to them than you've ever been to someone else. And realize that as life ends for us, can you go to your Heavenly Father and say, I've done all I could do, the best that I knew how. And I want you to remember, Terry is looking down on you, waiting for you to do better. And I thank you.
We also had a special space in the panorama this month. So I hope you always look back there and see what was written. But these are 3 really strong leaders that we lost. So keep them in your heart and your mind. And Mr. Bobby Stern is back again with a new announcement.
Okay, we want to take just a moment so that you can see the people who are running for our NEA delegates. And so as I call your name, if you'll just come here to the front and stand so everybody can see you. Barbara Anderson, Kenneth Bennett, Amy Bridges, Deborah Cole Jones, Sandra Hatley, Mary McCrae, Gloria McKenzie, Robert McLean, Geraldine McNeil, Sherry Strickland Mulling, Lena Freeman Merle Chapman, Reverend Willie T. Ramey, Ira Laverne Reed, Janice Simmons, Tom Simmons, Emma Walker Source, Joseph Source, and Preston Waddell. You're on the list, right? Okay, so I did what down there. And Tama Bouncer. All right, so these are the individuals that are on your voting online for the delegates. And again, you received that email probably on Tuesday with your user ID and your password. And the voting will be open until midnight on March 27th. Again, these are your delegate candidates. Thank you very much.
The executive director of NCAE, Matt Abertowns, was here. He was in the back. Is he still here? Okay, I guess he's not. All right, we got Betsy with some new business items. Okay. You want to do an auction? Sure.
If I call out your name, you've won a door prize. Wilhelmina Means, Ron Utley, Maria Springfield Rashid, Carol Stubbs, Pat Regan. Come out front and pick up your door prize.
Want to get Willen to come up here. Offer him a seat.
Okay, this next item is going to start the bidding at $200. Now you ask, why is he starting that bidding at $200? Because actually I was requested to do that. And there's one item in it that costs $200, not counting all the other stuff. So it's quite the package from Region 3. We appreciate Region 3 for doing that. And let's give a minute to Ira. Are you going to do the pitch?
Good morning, everybody. Now, I don't want you to be confused to think that I believe that you like alcohol. I'm not trying to say that. I just know that when we have alcohol involved, for some reason or other, the price goes up. So with that in mind, this basket contains some Kentucky Reserve Woodward Kentucky bourbon, a half gallon. It also contains some really good wine. It also contains some liqueur. Now, this basket is called Teetotaler Not. But for those of us that are teetotalers, and I am one, there's things that you will enjoy also. It's got a cutest little teapot crystal with daisies on it. It's got 2 lemon cups, one big one, one large one. It's got really good tea, you know, European tea. Then it's got some peach medley tea. It's got honey spoons. Yes, so you can stir. Then it's got some stemmed glassware, Italian. It's got a handmade little tablecloth skirt so that, you know, when we have parties, I'm sorry, I need to hush. It's got little napkins that are thick. It's got everything it's got 2 baskets, one for the tea, one for the other beverages. Please bid high.
All right, we have a $200 bid in the back. Is it $250, $300, $350? We have $375 over here. $500 back there. $600 over there. We have $600 over there. Do we have $610? All right, $610. We have $650. 700. 750. Do we have 800? 800, 750. We have 76. We have 800 back here. Do we have 850? We have 800. Do we have 810? 810. 825. All right. Do we have more than 825? We have 900. Somebody knows what this is worth. 900. Anyone want to go higher than 900? 905. 925. All right, Sandra, you've been outbid. 925. 930 plus. 950. You're getting to the magic number. 950. Who will go higher than 950? 950 going once. 955. 1,000. You have just broken the record. 1,000. Anyone higher than 1,000? In the pink. Now we're gonna be here a long time. All right, higher 1,001. 1,010. All right, 1,010 is the highest bid. 1,025. 1,030. I have 1,030. 135. 1,035. 1,035 going once. 1,035 going twice. Sold. Tell us your name, your local, and your region. Region 3. Region 3 got all of that. All right, Region 5, you better be starting writing checks now. I think they are catching up. 1,035. All right, well, thanks. I'm glad we had this little interim time. You ready? You want to do another?
Yes, if they're ready, we're ready.
Betsy, you ready? Betsy, are you ready? Okay. All right. See you a little later.
Wow, that's a hard thing to follow. How much? That does break records. Only here, only here. Well, we're moving on to the new business items. Remember that you could submit new business items yesterday to the end of the business session. And sometimes you have several, sometimes you don't. Today, we only have 2. So they're both on one sheet of paper. And the first one submitter is Cindy Jones from Iredell Statesville, and her seconder is Deborah Jones. All right, Cindy, where are you? Okay, if you'll come to the microphone, you and Deborah, and if you want to read your new business item, and then you can, each of you can speak to it, and then we'll discuss it.
Hi, my name is Cindy Jones. I'm from Iredell Statesville, Region 2. My new business item states, and my seconder is Deborah Jones from Davidson, Lexington, also Region 2. Our new business item states, The NCRSP Representative Assembly requests that the location of the annual assembly be directed by the executive committee so that all areas of the state of North Carolina have the opportunity to attend and host the event. Our rationale is the site of the NCRSP Representative Assembly should be rotated across the state. The NCRSP convention is an opportunity for delegates to participate in the business of the assembly and to meet and greet other members and delegates. Many delegates and members cannot or choose not to attend due to distance and time it takes to attend at the same location each year. May I speak to it, Madam?
And now go ahead.
Thank you, delegates, for considering this new business item number 6. I'm not an eloquent speaker as my fellow delegate Sandra Hotley is, but I will try. I'll try to be. I can remember pre-pandemic when the Representative Assembly met across the state. I've been to the RA in Hickory, in Winston-Salem, as well as Durham and Raleigh, possibly Greensboro, but I get that confused with the NCAE convention. We were unable to do so when the pandemic hit. But we were able to see other parts of the state and delegates from there and those areas that did not have to travel far to other RAs. Having the RA in one spot all the time limits the delegates from the farthest reaches of the state, whether it's west or east or south, from attending, whether it's due to distance, driving, gas, money to attend, possibly stay over or have to stay overnight. Many travel an extra day to do that, costing extra money. I know the pandemic changed the ways we met, but now we're past post-pandemic and can move about more. Zoom practices are important to be available for those physically unable to attend or those who choose not to make the trip. Bringing the RAs closer to those members who wish to attend increases the number and opportunities and delegates to participate in the RA. Iredell Statesville was a little over 2 hours from here. We left at 7 o'clock in the morning to get here. We went through Winston-Salem morning traffic, Greensboro morning traffic, and Durham's late morning traffic. And our driver was excellent to get through all of it, but it's a trial. And the older you get, the more a trial it is. To get here, to be on time, to get to different meetings, sessions, and the general RA. I know I'm not the only one. So rotating it back around the state only makes more sense for more delegates to be able to attend. Thank you so much. Please wave your green cards in support of this new business item.
All right, Deborah.
You gotta wait.
Oh,
No comments. She said it just how it should be.
okay. All right. Any other, Julia?
Madam Chair, Julia Thorne from Region 7B, Carteret RSP. My delegates took 3.5 hours to drive here. We live on the coast. Our greatest fear is that the convention would ever be on the other side of the state. Our greatest fear is that we would have even farther distance to travel. To me, coming to Raleigh is a distance. I've always thought that, but it's towards the center of the state, at least. And having it in a central location seems to be the fairest way. So I hope that if there's a rotation of convention centers, there's a consideration of guest speakers who may be traveling from the legislative General Assembly to have to go to, say, Morehead City, Carteret County, which is on the other side of for the legislators, for example. But a central location seems to make sense. And I appreciate the idea about trying to cut down on travel.
Oh, Julia, y'all, you need to state your name and your county when you speak. Okay.
She did.
All right. Now,
Mine is point of
thanks,
information.
Sandra. Oh, you got a point of information.
No, you don't have these cards that I always love to play with. Sandra Hatley, Catawba, RSP. A question to the president. what are the major concerns? And also, what is the process? Please to explain to all the delegates as they deliberate this, that you use to make decisions about the location of our convention.
And I think you want to start first, Willie, because Willie kind of started it and then I kind of have tweaked it some.
When planning the state convention, we have to think in terms of the Tennessee line and the Atlantic Ocean. Fayetteville has asked to have it. Greenville has asked to have it. Greenville will go and pay portions of the money for us to have it there. But now, one of the reasons that it's in this area, because we are thinking in terms of how far people in the mountain have to come, how far people on the coast have to come, and we try to make it as equal as possible for the people coming from one end of the state to the other. One of the things that we want to always do when we have an election, have it so that no one has to go much further than anyone else. That is, that the west or the east does not have to go any further than they would normally have to go if it was in the center part of the state. That way, we get more delegates to be present. The last time we had it in Hickory, it hailed that morning. And those of us coming from the east were sliding around on the road. And it was an election convention. So what we have tried to do is, when planning for the state convention, especially during an election, is to make sure that people do not have to go further from the east or from the west, but it ought to be somewhere in the middle, so they won't have to do a huge amount of traveling more than anyone else. North Carolina is one of those long states across the top, much more than more states are. So we're going to have travel regardless to where we go to. But especially during an election, we need to have it so that the east and the west do not have to go any further than one another.
And was they were first of all asking the presidents how we did it, but Willie, when President Ramey was president, and I think at the time you were doing the conventions, I think that was the time I broke my ankle somewhere, I know. But anyway, I did not go on any of those visits, but we did have a speaker that came to our board meeting, and she was one we contacted with Helms Briscoe. And we kind of told her we wanted something in the central part of the state, and basically, 40, 85, and we really couldn't afford Raleigh, although we got some offers down there from like the Sheraton, but Raleigh is not safe. So safety is a key thing, like on the Fayetteville Street Mall. There was some I was concerned about in Durham, but we had 3 that said like Durham RTP. We had 2 that were in Greensboro. I went to the 3 RTP right before the convention. The staff went to the ones in Greensboro, and we looked at all the particulars, and that's what we kind of ended up with this one. There were 2, the facilities I didn't think you'd be very happy with. And so those were discounted. And this one was advertised as RTP, Research Triangle Park. But then when we went to visit, I realized it was in Cary, which I have been criticized because it's in Cary where I live, but I'm 20 miles from here. Willie had the convention last year. He had already pre-booked that one. And that was just, we thought would be a really small number of people. So that hotel that we had last year definitely wasn't adequate almost for last year, and it definitely wasn't adequate for this year. So we needed a bigger facility under one roof. So it is the appearance, the quality of the service, and having a large enough space. We negotiated free parking. So that's what this lady did for us, and at no cost. She gets her fees based on the rooms. And then we made a leap of faith that we would get 85 rooms that would help pay for this space. And we sold the rooms out 2 weeks before the convention, which is like the first time I've ever heard of that. Because at one time in Durham at the Sheraton, we didn't sell the rooms because people went to a cheaper hotel behind. We didn't sell the rooms. We had to pay $10,000 for the meeting space. So the next year we made sure we had to tell people you really need to book our room. So all those things factor in. You do get further away from the office. You also need a truck. You're going to have a staff like they get Artie that comes with NCAE to help to transport everything for us and to stay on location and then come back. Go ahead.
What has
Okay.
happened in the past is that our previous director we used to have would book. What? I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Wait, there is a line, Deborah. Okay. Is she, you're through, all right?
She was looking like the co-maker.
Okay.
Deborah Cole Jones, Davidson, Lexington. In years past, we would always know 3 years out what place we were going to have the convention at. When you do 3 years out, you can make a better deal on the hotel. Also, we need to also look at, our members are getting older. And a lot of you do not have drivers. And the thing about it is, the highway coming down here is pretty rough, but I always catch a ride with Laverne. But the point of it is, a lot of you are gonna probably start about 3 o'clock, you're gonna start trying to go home. And you won't be here for the end of the business. But the point of it is, what you don't know is in the policies, it is the president's suggestion where you go. And the next group is the admin. So that's in the policies. And also you need to look at where the location is at in the center of North Carolina. It's not around here.
Okay. All right, next, Gretchen.
I do think that there,
Name,
okay.
county.
Gretchen Lamp, Asheville Buncombe. I think Deborah's made a very good point about the 3 years out because NEA does that. I think maybe when we start looking at a convention committee, that the convention committee could also visit the sites and see what's available. We would love to have you all come to Asheville Buncombe. But let me tell you what, you start looking at hotel rooms in Asheville and honey, you can't afford them. I happened to be part of a group and we do a weekend around the Asheville area. The cheapest room I could find was $179 a night.
Yeah, you have to.
And then you have the taxes and stuff on top of it. So the point being, maybe what we ought to do is, I don't oppose it. I'm just saying, I think what needs to happen is maybe what we look at is a convention committee. We look at what is that budget going to look like? Do we have a scale about how much rooms will cost? And how far people have to travel and that kind of thing. And that way, when you set your budget and people can say the executive board, the administrative council can make a decision, okay, we can afford that, it's not too far, et cetera, et cetera. And trying to do the 3-year cycle, because that makes a real difference for NEA too, in terms of they knowing their cost.
All right.
Ira Laverne Reed, Charlotte Mecklenburg, RSP. Respectful of our past president as I am of our current president, but we had a contract this year. We didn't have to pay the person, but a person was hired and under contract to find within some corridor a hotel that would give us the best price for the service that we needed and the size of our delegation, which we didn't have last year. That person was supposed to bring those 3 choices to the admin council. That did not happen. So when the choice was made, but it was made without the consideration that it was supposed to be made. And I am not complaining about this location, but when we decide to get a policy or a contract, we really need to abide by that. And when we don't, we need to let our admin council and our executive board, who this person was brought to, we need to let them know. Thank you very much.
All right. And I'd like to remind you, I know that when you're a school teacher, sometimes we really do like to talk, but we do have a 3-minute limit. And I'm sorry that it came after what you said, but I just needed to remind the delegates that. All right, Geraldine.
Good morning again. Geraldine McNeil from Cumberland County, Region 6A. There are some things that we can do to, I think, to lower the costs a little bit. Realizing, all of us realize that things have gone up and there's nothing we can do about that. But if we were to start to, now that COVID is kind of settled a little bit and we are going out again, if we can piggyback off the NCAE's convention, we can cut our costs. Since NCAE now has money, they can plan further out and we can plan with them. We can have our convention after theirs or before. And the arrangements can be made for the both conventions at the same time. And we can probably get a cheaper hotel rate than what we are getting now. It's not going to go down very much, people. So we're going to have to look at that, and maybe we will try to do one day, crowd everything in one day. But I think that you have to understand that the center of North Carolina is not always going to be convenient for anybody. And I think that we had a nice hotel in Durham. Maybe we can see what NCAE is going to do about something like that. But I am in agreement with the young lady to at least look at locations that would be more central. But anyway, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you. All right, Sandra.
Sandra, I was ahead of you.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I didn't-
Willard Raymond, Vance County,
One more
Region
thing.
5.
A delegate may not speak a second time as long as delegates are waiting to speak a first time.
And I was information.
Mine was information also.
Oh, okay. Point of information.
Point of information. The reason why we are having our convention when we do is because 7 years ago, NCAE did not have money to have a convention. They were no longer able to plan 4 years out, 3 years out. We had to make a decision that we were going to have a convention, and we planned our convention so that we had our members satisfied. We had money, and we went on and we did ours 2 years ahead of time. Now NCAE has some money. Maybe we can now go back to doing what we used to do, is follow them. But that's the reason why we were having ours, is because they didn't have money until that year in order to plan, where we were planning 3 years ahead of time.
All right, thank you, Reverend Raymond. All right, Sandra.
Sandra Hatley, Catawba County, retired. I have an amendment. My amendment is to refer this new business item to the convention committee. And my second is Michelle Weber, 1B, Rutherford County.
All right.
There's no such thing.
A motion to refer is not, is in order. It is not a motion to amend because it does not change the motion, but it is in order to make a motion to refer to committee.
Okay, that's what it is.
All right, and Michelle has seconded.
Yes.
All right, now we still
First time.
with this amendment.
That-
Okay.
well, it's-
All right.
We gotta go to the-
Did you hear what Sandra had? All right, Sandra, use your teacher voice, Sandra.
But-
All right.
But let me explain to the delegates what the motion is and what is happening. Mrs. Hatley has made a motion to refer this to a committee, to the convention committee, that the decision will not be made here, just to refer it to the committee and let them make discussion. That motion is in order. However, debate may not be on the original motion, just on whether it's a good idea to refer it to committee or not. That's the question for the body. Should it be referred to committee or not?
That's the question. That's correct.
All right, is there anyone that's rising to speak to this amendment to the,
It's not an amendment.
it's
Referred.
a referral? It's about referring the new business item. Anybody want to speak for? All right, Tama, you rising to speak?
Tama Bouncer, Wake, RSP. I'm not sure if this will work based on the planning committee is not a standing committee. And because it isn't a standing committee, whoever will chair this next year will be decided upon at some point after this convention. So if it was a standing committee, that could work, but not being a standing committee, we didn't even meet. We had our first meeting last year in October. And by October, we knew where we were going to be. So think about that.
Okay, all right. All right, Madam President, are you speaking about the referral?
Well, I also do not think that probably that would work, but I think either having the executive board or the admin council, but you've got such a large group of people that maybe that's not on one side or the other.
Well, okay, that's about the
Or they
motion.
can't hear me. Is that- Okay. The thing with looking at this, you need a smaller group. And that is probably a more consistent group, like you're talking about the admin council or executive board. But the problem was that when the lady came to the board and she got all the information, and I'm just telling you up front, she was very concerned about the behavior of the people on that committee. And she said she was not coming back. So she gave us the report, the staff and myself, and that's why we brought it, our recommendation to the executive board in July and gave the information, and they voted to support this location. So I think still that process, which they're kind of expanding it, would still work.
Okay, all right. Deborah, no, you haven't spoken on this part. All right.
That's right.
Motion to amend, and it should be the admin council.
Or
Oh, I'm sorry,
Well,
Deborah.
no,
We've got to,
a motion to amend is out of order while the body is considering a motion to refer.
that's what we're voting on right now.
But she wants to amend
The motion.
She wants to amend the
Amend
original motion.
the referral motion.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Referred motion.
all right, we're moving to amend the referral motion.
No.
All right, now Deborah, go ahead.
Okay, Deborah Cole Jones, Davidson County, Lexington. I would like to amend the motion, and it should be for admin council. Your admin council only has 7 individuals on it. The 7 people is your president, your vice president, your treasurer, and your secretary, and 2 members that are voted on from the board. 7 people. And that information will come back to your regional director.
Motion is in order. It requires a second.
Second.
Second, Cindy Jones, Ardle Statesville.
The motion before the body has been made and seconded. The motion is to amend referral from the convention committee to the admin council. Debate is open on that amendment. I'm sorry.
All right, I don't know if I guess I'll speak to that. 90 Morley Day, Orange County. And the main thing I want to ask for whoever decides this, please get some data. It'd be good to have numbers, like how the numbers of the convention has changed is from one place to the other. So, you know, it's a physics teacher in me, but you need data.
All right, thank you. All right, we're back. Anybody else want to speak about the amendment to the referral suggestion, motion? That's what we're doing. All right. Seeing nobody standing or coming to the microphone, we are now going to vote on Deborah's amendment about sending it on to the referral. You just, all right, I'm a little foggy. Wait just a minute, Deborah. I need a point of clarification.
Okay, there was a motion to refer to the convention committee. That motion, the amendment proposal is to change the word convention committee to administrative council. That is the question for the body, to change the word convention committee to administrative council.
Okay, thank you, Roger. All right, all in favor, reach into your bag and reach and get the green card out and the red card, and we're going to vote now. All in favor of doing this, of referring green card. All right, we got to vote. We got to count.
Three cards.
All right, would you please put those down? And now we're going to vote with the red card. If you are opposed to sending it, of adding the admin council to this motion. I believe the ayes have it. So we have the motion now. It will be sent to the admin council.
No, ma'am.
No.
What you have done is you're basically going to have to vote a second time.
Yeah, we are.
The amendment now reads to refer to the administrative council. The body has voted to drop convention committee and change that to administrative council, but that question has not been answered by the body.
So
the
we've got.
question now is to refer to administrative council.
All right, now we're going to, this is the, now we need to vote like Roger says. All in favor, please raise your green card. If you want to just.
On.
Now, just ask for debate on the.
On the referral as amended.
Well, I did ask for some people, if anybody wanted to come to the mic, but is there anybody that wants to debate or has a point that you want to bring up? You want to come to the mic and talk about now voting on the amended amendment? The motion, amended motion? I see no one, so we'll move forward to voting. Please, if you're in favor. All right, we are voting.
The question before the body is to refer the new business item to the administrative council. Refer the new business item to the administrative council. If this motion passes, this convention is done with that new business item and you have referred it to the administrative council.
All right, all in favor, please raise your green cards. Green cards. And all opposed, drop the green cards. All opposed, the red cards. And it passes. We have now referred this new business item 6 to the admin council. All right. And moving on, our 7th or the new business, or what y'all do? Oh, yeah, come on.
We've been texting to people about, let us know when lunch is ready. We do not know. So Tara, Carol, could you please tell us if lunch is ready? You can always text me on my phone, call me. But they're down the hall in another room, so it's not. I don't know if anybody, I think we're eating next door, or we're eating over there. Is it ready? Okay, then we'll recess until after lunch. right, let us know how. I think we'll say 12:30. If you get back here early, we might start those silent auction items. I'm sure John's got some more over here. Save your money.
Just 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Okay, hello, everybody. We're not eating lunch yet. No lunch yet. They're still working on it. Be about 20 minutes.
They are.
Oh, they are.
So guess who's gonna fill your 20 minutes? All right. Harriet led.
Oh, that was Byron.
So Rosa could sit. So Ruby could walk. So Kamala could run. So Katanji could rule. Now, does that not in that needs to be in your home? Or it needs to be with your granddaughter to say, look, thank you. And then also you can hang it on a wall. But thank you, Michaels. We have a place where you can just put it wherever you want to put it, move it around. So who'll start the bidding at $50? Betsy, $50, 60. I got 60 in the back, 70. 70, we'll go 80. 80, he'll go 90. 90, he'll go 100, got 100, 110. 110, 110. Got 110 in the back, 120. We're the back at 110, who'll go 100, 120 in the front. Who's got 130? Who'll go 130? Got 120. 120 going once, 120 going twice, 125, 130. Keep going. It's only money. 135, 140, 145, 150.
Yeah, new business.
Are you convinced? All right, 150 going once, 150 going twice. All right, this was donated by Sid Baker from Region 4. Thank you, Sid. And shared by Charlotte Turpin from Pimlico County. Is Charlotte back there? Thank you, Charlotte. Okay. And so what's the region here? Region 6A, Bay Wilcox. Oh, here's your stand.
I think people are here.
Oh, no, would you take their money? So let me go again.
I ain't trying to take care of mine.
I guess they need to roll this. It is ready.
Get ready for a day at the beach. Everything that you need, everything, starting from your relaxing beverages. You don't?
I do need to state that the lunch is ready, even though we've heard different answers. But I think it's going to take a long line to get through. So probably if people over here.
Well, okay, well, let's just hold this one off till then.
Yeah.
Just be
I'm
ready.
not standing in the way of lunch.
You don't get between 100 people lunch.
Just
Don't get between 100 people lunch.
because they're already leaving.
All right, I'm the.
Hey, hello there. I was gonna try, they want to know what time we're starting back, but I couldn't finish the chat. See, all right, so I'm trying to send, oh, okay, all right, I'm going off. Let me cut off. Okay. Make sure I'm off.
with Snapchat thing came in at 2017. Back then at $17 a share. Now it's looking at about $11.20 a share. So you can have bumpy rides here. No guarantees first day.
Hi, Neil, great to be with you. You know, when you look at these IPOs, obviously they're pushing this higher. The markets are very high right now. So you've got a big push higher, and this is not ready to open yet. It's still got a $2 wide spread. These could be very wild, and this would be one.
Spent nearly 5.6 million on legal bills in February, and that far exceeded that spending, the tax total receipts. And so really an issue there. And we saw the Save America spend 55 million.
Trump's had to spend 5.6 million just in February on legal fees.
Well, that really, in a pretty stunning way, some of it.
Well, I got the picture back up, but I don't have the other.
They had a comment yesterday that Josh on that.
Miracle went to get her. Wilma, come up here quickly so you're ready. Thank you. I don't know why she didn't come in. Yep. John, you need to finish yours because you got to get the money so you can count the money, right? Motion. Turn it off. Why don't it go off? Okay, let's call the meeting back to order again. I just got a slip. There was a drawing for the Mary Kay. Several of you signed up. And the winner is first name starts with an M, last name with an L, and she is from Pender County. Melinda Lewis. Come on down. Is she here? Yay. Oh, she's been over there bidding on stuff over there. Come on, girl. I don't know, with $75 worth of stuff. Anyway, you got something here. You can just take this out front. You're the big winner for the Mary Kay. And meanwhile, Wilma Means, she's the big Dolly Parton book lady. She's going to come up here and talk about the book program.
Good afternoon. My name is Wilma King Means. I'm from Cabarrus County, and I'm on a number of daycare boards and NC Pre-K. And by the way, we celebrated 25 years of starting it in Cabarrus County, and we're going strong. But the reason I'm here, Dolly Parton has an imagination library, and children 5 and under can get free books. There are cards that go with it, or you can just Google it. The reason I'm talking about it today is before December 31st, all 100 counties in North Carolina was doing this program. Now, some counties have elected not to do it. So when you go home, or you can do it now, Google and see if your county is one that has stopped funding these books. Because as long as, well, it's 101 county, and now I think Cherokee is considered a county. I mean, okay, now it's 101. But anyway, the cards, I walk up to people in grocery stores that have children, and I ask them if they are aware of the program. And I say, excuse me, have you heard of this program? It's a very important program. It's been going on for years. So please, when you go back home, check to see if the program is being funded in your county. And if it's not, ask your county commissioners, why not? Thanks.
And they can look online at Pre-K, Dolly Parton Pre-K.
It's Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And
You can find it.
yeah, you can find it. And if you go to your Mod 4 site, they have cards like this and bigger ones. And so you can get those, but please check on it because it helps. You can tell the preschoolers who've been read to. I taught kindergarten 19 years, so.
Thank you, Wilma. I know I've heard that story from you before. Now we got John. He's got to get his money. Got to get his money so he can get that check out before we leave.
This is from Union County, Region 3. It's a trip to the beach. Has everything you would need. Karen, you want to say something about it?
Where's the music from? Next door.
Large container of margarita wine. And when you mix it with a bottle of vodka, you have an on the beach drink. Good book to read. Gift cards.
Oh.
Great. All right, quite a deal. So let's start the bidding at $100. Who will give $100? All right, 150, 200, 250, 300,
Look to the right, John.
350,
Look to your right, John.
350, 350. 400. All right. 450. 500. 550. 600. 650. 700. 750. 800. 850. 900. Ooh, we may break your record, Karen. 950. 1,000.
Over to the right, I think there's somebody. Well,
All right,
So I-
higher than 1,000, Mary. 1,001.
1,000, 1,001. Yes.
$1,005. What are you saying, Geraldine? $1,010. 1,015.
Oh, that's Mary McCray. That's Mary McCray over there. Then. I think.
1,016. 1,020. 1,020. Now you got it. If you want to have to go by 1,035 to break the record. 1,020. 1,020 going once. 1,025. Done. 1,025 going once. 1,025 going twice. Gift cards. Sold to Mary McBride. Charlotte Meadowburn. 25. All right, next up. Let's do this. All right, Region 1B, I see some sweet potatoes, maybe vegetable. Who wants to give a minute conversation about this? Ask.
I'll get 100.
Anyone want to talk about this basket from 1B? Come to the microphone.
Sylvia Medford had her friends go out and scout and get all sorts of things. You know about the mountains. I did that last year. Sylvia followed through. It is a wonderful basket.
Jigsaw puzzle. Salad dressing. All right, we got a starting bid of $100 behind me. 100, 150. 200. Anybody want to go higher than 200? 200 going once. 200 going twice. Sold to 1B. 1B gets 100% of that. All right, now we're at 6B. Duplin County. All right, one want to give a minute. Pitch for this for our basket here. All right, I think there's some wine in the back.
1B.
Okay, we got some wonderful wine. We got a wine glass. We got some chips, some little snacks to go with that wine. Got a nice 6B, Duplin County. Okay. All right, there you go. All right. All right, let's start the bidding at 50. Who'll give me 50? Got 55, who'll go 60?
I bid 100.
I got 100. Who'll go 110? 110? 110, who'll go 120? 120, who'll go 130? 120? 130, who'll go 140? 130 for Betsy, who'll go 140? 140, who'll go 150?
150.
150, who'll go 100?
155.
Thank you. 155, 160,
165.
we'll go over 165. 165, we'll go 170. I bid 165, going once. Going twice. You got it. Tell us your name and the region. Rita Warren, 6B. 6B gets 100% of it. Okay. About 50. All right, we got Comforts from region 6A. 6A, who wants to subscribe? Okay.
All right, in this basket, we have some items for comfort. We have a nice soft throw, a couple of bottles of wine, and a pair of antique crystal wine glasses from the Blue Bicycle on Raven Road, Fayetteville. We also have some goodies that we like to eat. We have some healthy things like almonds, mixed nuts, and we have some healthier things like Lindor chocolate truffles and Purine hazelnut chocolate wafers. We have some luxury bath products, Bath and Body, and some Dr. Teal for your comfort. I think that's about all.
All right, who'll start the bidding at 50? Got 50, who'll go 60? 60, who'll go 70? 70, who'll go 80? 80 over here, who'll go 90? 90 over here, who'll go 100? Got 100, who'll go 110? 110, thank you, Geraldine. 110, who'll go 120? 110, who'll go 120? All right, we got 120, who'll go 130? 120, going once, 130, 130. 130, who'll go 140? You done? There you go, 140, who'll do 150? She'll do 145, well, you do 150. 150. Well, okay, here's 155. Who else will end this misery here? $164, going once. 170, here we go again. Who'll go 175? What? You'll do 175. All right, who'll do 180? Done? Done, Pat? 180, who'll do 190? 180 going once, 180 going twice. So to Miss Pat, 180, and it all stays with 6A. All right, last item may be the most crucial item because two regions are neck and neck for the top spot. Neck and neck. This is a his and her. When you get home, it has things in it that will help soothe your feet and all that good stuff. Tama, you want to give us a 1 minute? Oh, no, use this.
Is this one on? Okay. Be 1 minute. 1 minute or less. When you get home, you know, you've all this walking, because I guess I've logged about 7,000 steps or less today. And so it has some Dr. Teal's pure Epsom salt soaking solution, and then some Tic Tac so you can freshen your breath before you use the chicken soup for the soul word finder, and a few other items in there. So you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
All right, there you go. We'll start the bidding at $25. 25, who'll go 30? 30, who'll go 40? 40, who'll go 50? 50, who'll go 60? 60, who'll go 70? Who'll go 70? Who got 80 over here? Who'll go 90? Got 80 over here, 90 over here, who'll go 100? 100, who'll go 110? 110. 110 over here. 120, honey. 130, honey. $150. 175. It's at 175 with Karen. Where do you want to go to? 180. She's not playing that game. $185. $186. She has it. 186 going once. 186 going twice. Sold to Miss Sandra Hatley. 50% goes to region 5, 50% goes to region 1B. All right. I think after the new business, Marka Jones, she got married, so she's now Marka Jones instead of Marka Ham. And so she'll come in. We're going to talk about the foundation and a lot of things that we do. The person, when folks were talking about Dolly Parton's foundation, we, as a foundation, we work with them. And when we go into schools, we also bring books for kids now. And so it is a great organization, and we get great deals on books that we can share. So that's been great. Okay, next time I come back, we will have totaled up everything. So if there's anything left in your poor pockets, make sure it comes up here to me or Ira. Or if you want to do credit card, Marcus actually outside with the credit card. So anyway, you are very close to beating your record. So I'm about to total up everything, find out. Thank you so much. You don't know the kind of joy that what you do brings to kids. It's really heartwarming. Chokes me up every time. So thank you so much for all you do.
He's always counting on us to come forward. You're gonna.
Sir. Tama Bouncer, Wake RSP, and I move to reconsider, what was it, new business item number 6? New business item number 6. I have a second.
Colleen Lanier, Forsyth County.
Okay, I want to explain.
Okay. The reason is
Get to the microphone.
the delegates on Zoom did not have their votes counted, and this is only to get their votes counted.
So Roger.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so we have the vote the first time. I think you changed the batteries. You changed the batteries? You turned it off?
The motion before the body is to reconsider. The motion is in order. It has been made and seconded. A motion to reconsider is a motion to basically get in a time machine and go back to business item 6 just before the vote was taken. It would invalidate the previous vote and you would be right back considering business item number 6.
Point of information,
Yes, ma'am.
on the vote to reconsider, may the people on Zoom vote?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm gonna go check.
So we do know that that can be counted.
Right, they were not counted.
They were not counted.
They were not-
And there's no way, Roger, we can just do the people on Zoom
Is there a way we can do
because
that?
they were left out. We have to recount.
There was not a number count.
Oh, there was not a number count. That's why we raised the hands. Okay. Okay, so now we just.
So,
what is- let's do-
yeah, the question for the body is to reconsider business item number 6. Business item number 6 passed, but what the maker of the motion is saying is there were some delegates that did not get the opportunity to vote. And she would like, and I don't mean to put words in your mouth, she would like another vote that would include those folks that did not get to vote the first time. But
I don't know if it'll make a
what
difference or
that,
not.
what the, if the motion is adopted, it takes it right back to just before we voted on business item 6. Business item 6 would be open for additional debate at that point.
May I speak again?
Yes, yeah, she's the chair.
May I speak again?
Yes, go ahead.
I really don't know if it'll make a difference on the outcome, but I figure, or my thinking is that as delegates, they still have a voice.
It was a pretty lopsided vote. I think we can do this for them. And, but we need to, okay, so, okay, sorry.
Nobody else voted. Call the question.
Okay, call the question. So the question,
All right. The question before the body that you're getting ready to vote on is the motion to reconsider. It's not on the main motion. It's the motion to reconsider that vote. A vote of aye would reconsider it. A vote of no would let the vote stand. That is the question for the body.
so raise your green card if you're in favor of reconsidering. It's definitely the majority. Can we tell how many online are saying that as a test? Can Colleen, Carol, or somebody, Colleen, can you tell how many are voting yes? Keep them up, keep them up.
Did you say 15, Colleen? 15
Okay.
voted yes. Did any online delegates vote no, Colleen?
Well, we haven't voted yet.
Okay,
Okay, so then the next vote would be,
no.
yeah, so that,
No votes on the motion to reconsider.
okay, so then we have the no votes on the vote to reconsider. So you hold up your red card. So you wouldn't have already voted yes. This is the no people, which was back.
Colleen, are there any no votes online? No votes.
Okay, so the motion,
Motion passed, you're reconsidering. Item 6.
okay, so motion passed. So we're going to reconsider the business and motion in new business item number 6. Any debate? Not, we'll go to vote on new business item number 6. Okay, coming up here, Paulette.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Paulette Jones Levin, Wake retired, happy to be here. I move that we move item number 6 as before.
Your motion is what? I'm sorry.
Move item 6 as done before, now that we're reconsidering it.
Yes, that's already on the floor. That's before the body now.
Thank you.
The question before the body is business item number 6. You can forget that other vote we did on it. That's been reconsidered. So we're back to, it's like a time machine. We're back to business item 6. It is a debatable motion.
Right. So we're voting on the new business item as it was amended, taking it to the admin council would be dealing with this situation. Okay, nobody else wants to say anything? All those in favor, raise your green card. Okay, you can put those down. Okay, Colleen, can you get the vote online? Vote online for those people in favor of new business item number 6 with amendment to refer it to the admin council to handle it.
Did I hear 17? Is that right? 17.
17. Okay. Okay, so that's the yes votes. And so then the no votes. If people are opposed to this new business item as amended. Okay, so we have 5. Online. All those opposed to it that are online. 3. It overwhelmingly is defeated. So, I mean, excuse me, not defeated. It's overwhelmingly is adopted. Sorry. It was such a lopsided thing. It was like, okay. All right, so the next new, and we have, I'll let you know. The amendment was referred. Okay. We have talked to them. Carol has talked to them next door about toning it down, and they told us that we should just like basically suck it up and live with it because they're going to be here a couple more hours. So we've already got the manager going next door because they're not listening to us. So I just, oh, maybe, but it comes and goes, so we don't know. Okay, so we got new business item number 7. Tom Simmons.
Tom Simmons, 6B, Brunswick County. I'm not sure this shouldn't be a policy, but I want to go ahead and get it in on the floor today. The reason I put this in, oh, I'm sorry, Sandra.
Sandra Hatley, Catawba RSP, I second.
The reason I put this in is that we need to get our financial house in order early in the year and not wait till November to get a budget passed. So I was asking that the admin council have a preliminary budget ready for the first executive board meeting in September. So we get this budget operating so you folks will know where our dollars are going. Appreciate your help on this.
He said enough. Just pass it.
Okay, any comments? Okay, Gretchen? How about Ira? Where's Ira? Our other treasurer. Okay, Gretchen Lamb?
Yeah, I have a concern about this.
Name and
Gretchen
region.
Lamp, Buncombe County. Buncombe Asheville, excuse me. Okay, folks, we run a fiscal year that starts on July the 1st and it ends on June 30th. Now, if we don't have a budget until September, that means we've gone July and August and maybe part of September without a budget. We're just, running what we run. So if we just really need to have an operational policy. I do agree that we should have some kind of operational policy that puts what we call a budget calendar in place. And a budget calendar tells you most school systems or businesses have budget calendars that tell them, so by this date we do this, by this date we do that. Because when I talked to Matt Howard over at NCAE, NCAE will adopt its budget for next year at the May board meeting. So I'm just saying, I think we probably need a change in operational policy, but I don't know if September makes any sense, or whether we just need to get our act together and come back with you all after people have had a chance to work on an operational calendar.
Okay, Tom, second time,
Tom Simmons, Brunswick County.
Commissioner.
We didn't get our budget passed till November this year, folks. And then we went back in December and adjusted the budget. We went back in January and adjusted the budget. We need to get a budget in place. And I just said by the September meeting, if we can have it during the July meeting, it's okay with me too. But we need to get the budget in place. We need to stick with the budget and quit coming back every month to adjust the budget because of stuff we didn't plan for.
Any other comments? Okay, if not, we'll call the question and let's vote. Raise your green card if you're in favor of new business item 7. Okay. So it looks like it's. Okay. Hey, Colleen, can you tell us how many online? Okay. Okay, now put those down, all those against this, opposed to the new business item number 7, raise your red card. I think I see 5. Put them way up. I think there's just 5 though. Let's see. Okay, online. 1. Okay, so new business item 7 has passed, and the admin council and the board will be dealing with that and getting the new budget together for the new year. Thank you very much for your support, getting these new business items finished. Appreciate your help, Betsy.
Well, I would just like to recognize the new business item committee. Colleen Lanier is at the back. Linda Gunner's here standing on stage. Sandra Hatley is there in the middle. Not that you've seen Sandra or heard anything from her during this convention. Jackie Green is online. Also, Dr. Wanda Dawson. They have worked hard, and we hope that the 6 that we have adopted, you're satisfied with. And again, I appreciate being able to do this for our NCRSP. Thank you.
Thank you, Betsy. Okay. Barbara Anderson, did somebody step out and tell her we need her to give her PAC report? Oh, she's right here. All right, come on up here, Barbara. I know you had to add up all that money. Hopefully you had some help. I think we got a little bit more time. We'll just come up here, maybe people can hear you.
Okay, I know you've had a big lunch, so shake it a little bit and let's wake up. There you go. Listen, I want to thank everybody who's made donations for the PAC. I gave you the total yesterday. So we have collected today $990. And so that puts our total up to $9,005. We have 9 more days of PAC. So get your friends, and if you have any meetings, push the PAC and get the check sent in to the post office box in Wilmington, and we'll give you credit. Also, if you have any concerns about your dues or your credit card update, this is a good time to do that. Rose is outside, and she's helped us with a lot of people who've had some, dues issues. So we have somebody from membership, and this is a good time to check your record. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. I mean, being PAC chair is tough, and dealing with all this money, is all those checks are coming in. She's keeping copies of them. She's putting them on a spreadsheet. She's totaling them up. She ships them off to Raleigh. And they've been trying to keep up with those checks. And it keeps coming. So let's give her extra applause because it is a big job counting all that money. I didn't do the spreadsheets one year. I was doing it by hand in my notebook, old school. And then she put in a spreadsheet and it helps because then we can add it up automatically. So we appreciate everybody that contributes to the effort. So are you ready for the foundation? I guess I jumped ahead anyway, didn't I? Come on up here, Marka. We miss seeing you in the room like we had you last year. But you were out in hall and I missed you. I know, I missed you out there. Introduce yourself.
Well, good afternoon. It's wonderful to be in the room with some of my favorite people in the whole world. You wonderful, wonderful, retired, busy educators, teachers, and more. I am just blown away at what all you do and that you are all here today. Working and planning how you can help make North Carolina's public schools be better and be better for the children who attend them every day. And I just want to say a huge thank you for all that you do. And thank you to Madam President for this opportunity to be able to share with you on behalf of the North Carolina Foundation for Public School Children. If you don't know who I am, my name is Marka Jones, and I have the opportunity to serve you as the executive director, or to serve the foundation as the executive director. And in August, I will be celebrating my 20th anniversary working with the foundation. Thank you. I'm gonna hold this. Over the Christmas break, I spent some time, and I'm a person of reflection. When I'm driving in my car, I am reflecting on how I can do better, how I can live better. I'm reflecting on, the work that we do as a foundation. And a big focus of my reflection, or one that really hit my heart over the Christmas holidays, was about miracles. And I thought about a little boy I met a couple of years ago when I was visiting a school in a very poor area where the foundation was showing up and bringing supplies for students, supplies for classrooms. And the principal pulled me aside and she said, I want you to meet a little boy who is wearing eyeglasses today because of the foundation. She said, this child is a really good student, but their community had experienced a bad flooding situation. And his eyeglasses, which were very thick lens, they broke. And she said his mother had been taping and duct taping the glasses back together to the point he could hardly see out of the eyeglasses. And so someone in the school, his teacher, most likely, sent a request to the foundation, and we paid for his eyeglasses, as we do for hundreds and hundreds of children all over North Carolina on a regular basis. So she said, I just want you to go in. And of course, I did not tell the little boy who I am, and certainly didn't tell him, about the connection with the eyeglasses he was wearing. And he was very focused on his work. And I just happened to ask him what he was working on. And I said, oh, your eyeglasses are so cool. I really like those. And he just sat back and he said, do you want me to tell you about my glasses? And I said, yes, tell me about it. And he told me about how we had a flood and the water broke my glasses and my mom was having to tape them together every day. And she said, when I finally couldn't hardly see out of the eyeglasses, she said, my mom said, well, we're going to pray for a miracle, because they didn't have money to buy another pair. And for whatever reason, he wasn't in the system with Medicaid to be able to get a new pair just yet. And she said, so my mama said, we're going to pray for some eyeglasses. And then my glasses just appeared out of nowhere. He says, I don't even know where they came from. And my mama said, we got a miracle. Yes. She said, he said, this was a miracle. And it made me think about how many families, even children, are hoping or praying, if they do, for a miracle like that when they're needing something so badly that they have no money for. And I started thinking about all of you wonderful people who donate so generously through the love offering, through the auction, through supporting the gala. And I thought about how many miracles that you are in so many lives. The miracle that you give through your gifts, the miracle of sight, the miracle of hearing, the miracle of being able to walk into a classroom aided by leg braces that gives a child independence, the miracle of food or fresh water. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that later. But to so many children and parents, those items, when they show up out of nowhere, are because of what you're doing with every dollar you give this foundation. And I want to thank you for being answers to prayers, being answers to hoping. And I want to thank you for all the miracles that you make happen every day through this foundation. And I want to share just a few of those with you today. So we got a request a few weeks ago. A little boy, I'll just call him Isaac, and I won't use his real name. Isaac's family does not have insurance. Isaac does not qualify for Medicaid because of his circumstances. He fell and he broke his arm. His family took him to the ER, and the hospital put a temporary cast and said, you need to follow up with a regular doctor. You need to get more extensive x-rays. It looks like you have some complicated breaks and you need to get a new cast. Well, little boy came to school and told his teacher, I don't know when I'm going to get this cast off, because we're supposed to go to a doctor to find out what's going on with my arm. And my mama said, well, I might be wearing this cast till my next birthday, which is just heartbreaking. And because of you, through this foundation, Isaac was able to get to all of his follow-up visits, get re-x-rayed, get a permanent cast, and the funds are already there for the day that he can actually get that cast removed. I can't, because of you. Yeah, give yourselves a hand. Just this week, we are making the miracle for a little girl in second grade. I'll call her Katie. Katie can't walk. And Katie had been loaned a very old wheelchair that broke down, wheels were falling off, and it finally got to the point where they said her parents were just keeping her home from school because in their minds, it's just too hard And there's no for her to sit or lie down. And so we might as well keep her at home. Because in this situation, this child needed a wheelchair that cost $5,000. That might as well be $1 million and beyond to a family who is just trying to put food on your table, or a family who is only making at the most $500 a month. And so the school nurse had said, we've called everywhere. I've been trying to raise money. We're just not getting anywhere. And I know this is a lot to ask your foundation, but just as we speak, Cindy Arriagada, who works with me at the foundation, is sending an email to say a miracle will be granted and we are going to pay for this child's wheelchair. And she, yes. And she will get to go to school and get to move around and be able to operate her wheelchair independently, thanks to what you do. We received an interesting request from a very rural community just a couple of months ago. A family of 4 children, the oldest being 18, and being a senior in high school and being in the top 10% of her class. She happens to have 3 younger siblings in elementary and high school. And suddenly, both of their parents were incarcerated with no knowledge of if and when they will be released. Because this young lady had just turned 18, they said, what the court said, well, what makes the most sense is we're going to give custody to this child who just turned 18, who's in the top 10% of her class and gives everything she has so she can have a better life, graduate and go to college. Well, what happened even before the school system and her school personnel was even really understanding what had happened, Katie wasn't coming to class. And they found out that because Katie had been given this incredible responsibility to be the mom, the breadwinner, the caretaker for 3 little siblings, she quit school and got a job being a cash register at her local IGA because she didn't see any other way. So when her teacher found out about what was happening, at this point, children needed clothing, they needed food, they needed toothpaste, hygiene products, but Katie's very proud. And a matter of fact, her 3 younger siblings are incredibly all straight A students. And she was determined if they can't make it out, if I can't make it out, I'm going to make them out. So the teacher reached out to us and said, is there anything you can do? So we were able to provide them enough funds to pay for so many of the items they were needing right now. So Katie doesn't have to work full time and she could get back in school and she can finish her senior year and then just take it a step at a time to see what can be worked out. But this young lady pulled out of class and she was working at a grocery store. And she was so close to having her whole life change. And she had worked all these years to do as well as she's done. And her life turned upside down. But because of you all, she's in her class today, awaiting graduation, where she will be an honors graduate. We recently came off our Teacher Cadet State Conference. If you know about Teacher Cadet, you know it's the foundation's Grow Your Own program. We're a course in high schools. And just a few weeks ago, we had our state conference where 250 future teachers came to Raleigh for 2 days to be at a professional conference and get even more inspired and solidify their decisions to be future teachers. And it was just an incredible opportunity. You know, we were able to keep the fees minimally, but even while we were at the conference, I heard from a couple of teachers. One teacher pulled me aside and said, I just want to tell you about what the foundation did for one of our students. And there was a young lady there wearing a beautiful dress at our Friday night candlelight dinner. And she said, she doesn't know, but this young lady, when we were saying we're going to this conference, she told me she didn't have any clothes. She was too embarrassed to go to this conference and she just wouldn't be going because she just didn't have any clothing that were really even that decent for school. So, you know, we get so many requests and I always connect the dots, but she said that dress she's wearing and those nice slacks that she wore yesterday and the blue jeans she's going to wear tomorrow with her teacher cadet t-shirt, this foundation paid for. And she said, I've never seen that child lift her head so high than when she's been at this conference wearing clothing paid by this foundation through your donations. Also had another teacher call me after the conference and she said, I asked my students, what was your favorite part of attending the conference? And she said, I had one student come up to me and she said, the best thing about attending this conference was I got to eat 3 times a day. So bless you. And I want to close with, it's a story that the ending isn't quite finished. But I want to share it with you because the foundation is getting ready to do something we've never done. We get requests that are outside of the box once in a while. It's for needs that really, if the system were as it should be, would not be needs. And sometimes when we get these various special requests that maybe are for needs that exceed $10,000, you know, we have to respond and say, unfortunately, this is not the kind of situation we're able to help with. These kind of funds are not in our budget. You know, we're so sorry. Here are some other resources you can maybe check out. And so that's how we will handle those. But we received a request that for 4, and I will try not to cry, for 4 nights I could not sleep. We received a request from a school nurse about a family that has 3 children in elementary school and 1 child who will soon be starting elementary school, who live, and I've seen pictures, in one of the most dilapidating, rusted holes that go from the outside to the inside trailer I've ever seen. Matter of fact, someone told me who went to visit that trailer that I tell you, the people in our community who have cows and chickens live a lot better than these children. But what this family does not have is running water, nor a way to get it. They have no way to pipe water into their home. This school nurse found out about this family when all the children ended up in the hospital with E. coli. And the 3rd grader, a little girl in 3rd grade, also had a severe urinary tract infection, which, by the way, she keeps them regularly and gets very embarrassed when she wets on herself in school. The doctor at the hospital called the school nurse to tell her, and you know, they knew the family was poor, but they didn't know how dire the situation was. But the pediatrician from the hospital said, I don't know who can help with this, but these children need to be drinking Pedialyte or Ensure every day. They're so malnourished. This school nurse had heard about this situation almost 2 years ago. And she had taken it upon herself, and the teachers in the school had taken it upon themselves to try to collect bottled water to give to this family. The teachers in that school and the school nurse were pulling money out of their pockets every week to make sure there was Pedialyte and Ensure waiting at school on these children when they show up. And also, by the way, they have had a few hospitalizations because of the E. coli since. We got the request. She has sent so many inquiries. She's filled out applications. She's filled out, I mean, she has emailed, it seems like everybody in the state, to Raleigh, to communities. And she said, I've only gotten like 2 responses. But when I read it, and I was just so jolted and shaken by the situation, and I could not work, I could not sleep for 4 nights, I picked up the phone and I called her. I told her who I was, and I shared, no, this is not really something that we do, because you know what the family needs is to have a well dug. They actually saved up enough money to get the permit, but I don't know if anybody knows how much it costs to dig a well, but it's a lot of money. The family just happened to be on a little piece of property that is owned by a grandparent who does not have running water, but so I don't know how they arrived at this, what they call a home, but they own this piece of, and I'm going to say trash, that sometimes is a roof over their head. And when social services went to visit, they said, well, these children have a roof over their head. And somebody's bringing them bottled water, so they're fine. I found out that in this county that there are over 500 children, 500 families with public school children who are on the waiting list to get into a homeless shelter or to get on some kind of housing list. So the situation's what it was. So when I called this school nurse, she said, I cannot believe you called me. No one has called me almost 2 years. And I shared with her that, you know, no, this foundation is not equipped to dig wells, but I couldn't let it go. So the first thing we did was send $1,000 to be able to buy the children clothing and Pedialyte and Ensure and food, because, oh, by the way, these children never take a bath. They never wash their hair at home. The teachers are washing these children's hair in the school. You know what that's like. I'm talking to people who have been there and done it, but they keep a clean change of clothes because the living facility is infested with all kinds of things. And so I told her, I said, I know I don't think we can really do a lot about this, but I am going to start a GoFundMe. Marka Jones, North Carolina citizen, is just going to start a GoFundMe because I can't let this go. This could be my grandson. And so, is it okay if I share what we did so far? Okay. So, okay, I'm wrapping up, John. So I shared with the Foundation Board of Directors on a Zoom meeting we had. We were scheduled to have a board meeting. And I told them about the family, and I told them, I said, I just wanted to share that I would like to do a GoFundMe. It would be great to do it in the name of the foundation. I don't know if that's an issue for the foundation because we're not in the business of digging wells. But if you don't feel comfortable doing this, then Marka Jones is going to put up a GoFundMe and see what happens. And I'd even heard that there were some churches who were willing to donate if we would go ahead and start a GoFundMe. Well, our board of directors, who was phenomenal, said, no, we don't have this kind of money in our children's fund. It's just not what we do. But what we can do is bless a GoFundMe to where we can start raising money for this well. But we have some money tucked away for a different program that we need to use, but we're gonna borrow it and get this well dug. And so I want to tell you, and this story, oh my goodness, it has cascaded into so many incredible things that's happened for this family. But today, the children are drinking fresh water that's piped. Yes. The well was dug 765 feet before they struck water. There was a plumber who donated his services to put new piping in the home to be able to handle the new well lines. And they have water in their bathtub. They have water they're drinking every day. And that is because of the foundation, you all, and our wonderful board of directors. And when you see that GoFundMe go up and start being shared everywhere, we've got to pay some money back to another program. But the foundation said, look, we can't wait. These children can't wait. This is life and death. And so I just wanted to share that. I could go on and on, as you all know, as you can tell when I stand up here and start talking, because there's just so many stories like that. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for changing lives. Thank you for being miracle makers with everything you do. And I hope you have a great rest of convention. And I hope we'll see you at the gala on May 3rd. Thank you.
Come up here. Hello. Well, Marco, we're just a small group of people, but we did our best. And I looked in the brochure and I saw it said $32,000 we gave last year. I think by the time we finished, it was 33. Well, I'm happy to present you with a check for $34,177. Thank you. Oh, wow, that's incredible. You did it. You did it.
A few more wrap up things. First of all, you did that. You did it. And a lot more members beyond in the room. So let them know also what they've done. I also wanted to say a lot of you do scholarship programs. How many do scholarship programs in their local? Well, the foundation also has scholarship program. That means you have another scholarship program. So we give $2,500. You remember the Edna Richards, Mary Mara scholarship? Well, you know, that's still around. We've taken over the administration of it. So we give 10 scholarships to high school seniors who are planning to be teachers, like the scholarships sometimes you give. And we give preference if you've been a member of a teacher cadet, or if you are the son, grandson, daughter, granddaughter of a retired or active NCAE member. So you should encourage folks, and the folks who are applying for your scholarships, encourage them to apply for this scholarship too. And and if they're a junior in college, we give 10, 20, up to $2,500 scholarships to juniors who just have that senior year left to finish their teaching degree. So we want you to also be a part of that. We also do the Jane Hansel scholarships, if you remember Jane. And those are focused on our teacher cadet programs. So you got more scholarship money than just in your local, because this is your foundation. It's your charitable arm. So when you talk about to members, tell them what you do, you know, because this is yours. So we appreciate that. Well, I'm going to tell you, we've had quite the battle at the top. We give 3 golden tickets and to the Champions for Children. The first region to raise the most money ever since we've been doing this, $7,170 is Region 3. Bidding on those live auction items really is helpful. The second golden ticket winner is Region 5 with $6,851. Now, the third golden ticket was neck and neck, and by the skin of their teeth, Region 4 won the third, $39.75. Region 1B, 7B, 6A, and 2 all raised more than $2,000. And so that in itself is just terrific. And what I love is that I see how each of you raise your money. And some of you raise your money by going to the members. We have a local, we've had some locals do extraordinary things. We could say Union County or Karen Pursler. This local did a whole lot. I think you're a one-person local. And so we appreciate that. Cumberland County did extraordinary this year, raised over $1,000, and we appreciate what you did. But the local who actually asked members to contribute, and our members are very generous. They may not come to the meeting, but if you ask them, they will give a donation. And this local has 75 donors at any given time. If you ask them to give, they will give the money. So the local golden ticket goes to Wake County. So if someone from Region 3, 5, and 4 and Wake County, Marka has your golden ticket, and somebody take a picture so we can save it. Okay. We raised $1,945 in the silent auction. You raised $3,736 in the live auction, and that was just here. And you've given so much of your money, we're going to give some money back. For all of you that did the 50-50, this is your cash, $368. Somebody will win in this room. So get your tickets out. I'll let our parliamentarian do the drawing, but we'll mix them up good. You got to have your ticket to win, because we don't know. Okay, dig deep, shuffle around, and pull out one. Okay, the winning ticket is, and we know a lot of you bought a bunch. Oh, okay. 361. That should be about everybody. 244. 361, 244. Region 4, all right. Oh, she's got a lucky shirt on today. 245. Yeah, just show me the winning ticket. Then we'll let you keep it, take a picture. All right. 361, 244. She is the winner. Take a picture of her. Someone come and take a picture of hers for our stuff. Oh, you got a picture. Good. Send it to us. She got it. Very good. Okay. Well, that's all, folks. I'll turn it back over to Linda. I can go home, watch Carolina win, and we're in good shape. Watch State win, watch Duke win, watch them all.
Yeah, you're gonna watch them all.
They play each other.
I think this is Marcus' numbers here, or somebody's numbers. Okay. Mirka? Dixie?
Oh, thank June Pearson.
Jim Pierce? Pearson, Jim Pearson?
Thank you, June. Everybody give June a good hand. She spent a lot of time in that flower auction.
And every little dollar makes some difference. You'll be next. They're making a presentation to Taman. Okay. It's a surprise. That'll work. There you go.
Thank you, Linda. I was asked to make a short presentation. If you are in Wake RSP in Raleigh, Region 5, would you please stand up? As a representative of all of us in Wake RSP in Region 5, it is my high honor and privilege to present this bouquet to our president, Ms. Tama Bouncer, for her incredible diligence, guidance, and tireless effort in the preparation of this convention.
This will be brief. Thank you so much. And it's not just me. I would like everyone who was on the planning committee to please stand. Thank you. And Tara and Carol, it's hard to express the amount of time, energy, and effort that they put into making this happen as well. Could not have done it without them. And I want to thank you for being here. And the committee next year will look forward to your comments to help prepare for 2025. Thank you.
And we do want Tara and Carol to come into the room. They also have evaluation forms. They were not put in the booklet, but I understand that they do have them. And I know if I wait till oh, you have them right there? You've got a box? Oh, they've already been passed out. You didn't pass, we need to pass them up here too. Okay, thank you. Well, that's great. But if they will come in the room, we certainly appreciate them. But we don't know, maybe hopefully they'll come by the end. So let's talk to Mr. Election himself.
All right, my last stand. I want to thank everybody for following directions and voting. And I want to give you the results of our elections that we had for our officers and amendments. First of all of the amendments passed by 2/3 vote. And our incoming officers of North Carolina RSP are the following. And please come to the front when I call your name. Our president is Linda Gunter. Our vice president, Lena Merle Chapman. Our secretary, Julia Thorne. And our treasurer, Gretchen Lamp. And I also want to call up Reverend William Ramey for the installation. So if those officers will please come to the podium.
Maybe we can be down here. Would that help? Is it darker down there? Getting the light. So it's darker here. Looks like you maybe come over here a little bit. There's more room right here. You can see us. On the, so everybody would need to come up here. Oh. Stand right here. I guess we're gonna stand over here. Come over here. Come on, you dude. Lean up and please. Need to be right over there. Should we go down there on the floor?
It's
Let's go down.
Bible down there.
Okay, okay, how about the microphone? Well, there's a microphone right there we can use.
The microphone.
Okay. Okay.
Assembly. Officers, it is your responsibility to perform to the best of your ability and your duty according to the office that you've been elected. You must lead with positive and optimistic attitude. Will you lead with integrity, enthusiasm, and honesty? Can't hear you.
I will.
Linda, as president, will you lead this organization to the best of your ability and knowledge and follow the rules and regulations and the convention of NCRSP state convention and its constitution and bylaws? Will you?
I will.
Lena, as vice president, will you perform the duties of the president when the president is absent, not able to perform the duties of presidency? And will you perform the duties of this organization as assigned by the president? And will you support Linda as president in her efforts to lead North Carolina Association of Retired Personnel? Julia, will you perform the duties of keeping accurate records of all of the affairs that take place during our regular meetings and call meetings of this organization and any other assigned duties by the president?
Yes, I will.
And will you support the president in her efforts to lead North Carolina Association of Educators?
Yes, sir, I will.
Okay, Treasurer Gretchen, will you actively keep all financial records of North Carolina Association of Educators organization and regularly keep the members informed according to the rules of the organization, which is North Carolina Association of Educators? And will you support President Linda in her efforts to lead North Carolina Association of Educators? Members, would you stand, please? Members, will you support the officers you have elected and ensure the success operation of the continuation of the North Carolina Association of Educators?
Yes.
You may be seated. Having heard the promises of the officers and the members of North Carolina Association of Education at State Convention, I declare that the officers are duly installed for a two-year term, starting with 2025-26 and ending with 2026-27. You're now installed. Madam President, the floor is yours.
Delegates, I really did not know I was ready to turn the reins over, but I'll keep my clocks in my garage and I won't be able to park my car in there. I'll keep my notebooks to the next president so I can empty all those minutes. But seriously, I appreciate your votes. I appreciate if you did not vote for me, because that's a democracy. And I've heard several things here today I tend to follow up on. I'm going to ask Tom for guidance as well. He's got ideas, and so do all the gentle opposition. But at least you have the courage to stand up and to run. And I think that's important, because I got everybody to look at NCRSP and what we can do to make it the best it possibly can. And that's what we all want to do, because we have competition out there in retiree world. And so we have competition, but look at the membership. Look at how it has changed when we saw those membership numbers. That was awesome. So I feel like we're kind of rounding the curve. We're on that train, as Nell's talking about. So we need to take the train more. That might be good for us. Good advice. How about a convention that you get to by train? I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for your support. But like I said, we're only, I'm on the website. You can always get in touch with me and share your ideas. That's what's important. Share your ideas. What kind of things can we do to make things even better? Thank you again. And thanks for coming, because this is a huge convention, but we're going to do even better next time. Who knows where we'll be? Tom?
Point of press privilege. Madam President, congratulations on your reelection. And I stand here to support you. And I asked all my supporters to support this new administration, because we've got to find a better way to do the hard things. Thank you, folks.
Just said, I'd just like to thank NCRSP for allowing me to serve. I think it was since August 2022. I have learned a lot. And like Tom had said the other day, you start naming names. I have to point out a couple, but there's probably about 50 I'm not going to say. Roger Harris, thank you so much. I thought I knew a little something about the parliamentary procedure. And I think I said this on the Zoom. I was absolutely right. I knew a little something about it. And with Roger, I have learned so much more that will serve me well. Tara, I don't know if she's in the room, and I said this to her the other day. Tara, can I tell the joke I said to you? I said to her, I'm thanking her constantly. I mean, she's continually thinking ahead. When we got here Monday, my computer went crazy. Everything I had planned was out the window. Tara had it all covered. She always does. And I gave her a big hug and I said, Tara, all the horrible things I heard about you, I found that none of them are true. But I really hadn't heard horrible things. And Colleen, I'm a published author of 2 books. If I write another book, Colleen Lanier, I'm definitely going to pay her to edit. I sent out everything. What everybody said, and I'll wrap it up. It's a team. Nobody does anything alone. So I thank those people. And I'm so glad I got to meet so many wonderful new friends. Sandra Hatley, you are out the box crazy. But we're going to have a good time. Thank you, NCRP, for allowing me this opportunity.
Yeah, really. I was trying to think who else.
I asked for just a point of personal privilege, but I got real quick and I'll put them all together and a thank you. I do have a nice, beautiful pen that someone would come and get it. If not, thank you. I thank you so much for your vote of confidence. I do appreciate your time, even though I've had no competition, but I can tell that you voted for me anyway. And that really touches my heart. And I expect you to keep me on my toes and to make sure if I forget, I have a memory lapse, I know you remind me of the agreement that we have. And the other thing, I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and I'm speaking on behalf of the committee, for attending the banquet last night. Thank Julia for the choir and the choir members with such beautiful voices. And thank you for all for being there. it just warmed our heart to see you come in, have a wonderful meal, and get a chance to do a few line dances. So we are grateful for you for doing that. Thank you for supporting our efforts.
I did want to just add a little bit about Carol and Tara. They've been working really long hours. Sometimes Carol, I've been told she doesn't put her hours down, but she'd better. And they work very hard, very hard. They're working at midnight. You delegates, we all got an email from Tara, from Info, and it was about 12 o'clock at night. She was still working. Now, she didn't do the setting. You know, you can set your email and have it hit at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then you don't wake people up at night. But I used, and then they don't know how hard you're working. But Tara, she knew that had to get out, that we needed to see it. And so she did. And so they have done what they had to do. It's just almost like we needed more help to get everything done. So we appreciate your patience. We were concerned about the noise. We're going to complain about that. Somebody said we should get some money off of that. We have a few other things we should get some money back from. So, but anyway, everything's not perfect. But this is a great hotel. You like the food and easy to get off the highway, but who knows where we're going to get off the train next time. So thank you so much. Oh, and Carol. Carol's always trying to keep the numbers and keep those budgets. But we're going to turn the new year and we'll be ready to go for the next year and get everything behind us. And our books are clean. I mean, we've done a really good job. And so we got really proud of our staff and the long hours that they work. And they're supposed to be like kind of part-time people. So thank you again for being here, but thank our staff. Let's have a big hand for them. And then we have the outgoing. You're outgoing as treasurer. Would you like to say anything? You've already served your 2 terms, but you're already region director. But would you like to have a word?
NCRSP, I love you. I loved you from administration, and I will continue to love you. Thank you.
Okay, I think we've kind of on everybody. Everybody's had something to say. Let's all just love each other and let's work together in peace and harmony. And like I said, offer suggestions, that's fine. But let's have more people to help us to make things happen, because that's what we need. We need a few more volunteers. Okay, thank you so much and have a safe drive home. Oh, and turn in your evaluations. And I need to get a form somewhere.
Madam President, just one announcement.
Okay.
We have one last door prize that we've been saving to the last. I just got the winner of this door prize. It's got all those wine slushes and chocolate and stuff in there. And the winner is Elizabeth Norval.
Oh, from Wake County. Elizabeth Norval, is she still here? Yeah, she's from Wake County. We'll get it to her. We'll get it to her. All right.
Is she here?
She was here. She worked on registration both days.
Okay.
Oh, there's evaluation online too. Okay, that's great. Julie must have stuck it up there already. So do fill out the evaluation so we can go over these in a meeting. Officially adjourned at 2:10. Love y'all.